All right, let's talk about the trolling of Monifah Shelton. We all love a good troll. We be in them comments, right? So before we go there, I just want to just a few little things about her, just in case people get them confused, because now there's just so many different names out there. I feel like Monifah and Irene are like the two biggest names, and out of everybody involved, they've taken like the most heat. It's like Monifah, Irene, and then I think the security guard has taken a lot of heat. So, she was the last person to be seen with Kenneka, her along with their friend Maya. She was the one who continued to change her statement about exactly what happened when Kenneka went missing. Her statements are different on her text messages than they are in her police statements than what she told the mom. At one point in the very beginning of the story, if you remember, she told the mom that they went to the lobby. And then later it was the hallway, then it was this and it was that. Okay. So she's the one that has 4 deleted videos on her phone from the night that Kenneka went missing. In those videos, Kenneka was seen drinking something brown from a red cup that they said looked like Hennessy. There's rumors that she's even left Chicago. We're not sure. She's no longer friends with Maya, the second friend that Kenneka was last seen with. And, her account of the story just simply doesn't make sense. The idea that 4 girls would go to a party together and at a hotel room, and she wants us to believe that 3 of them decided to leave. Not only did they forget the keys, the phone, but they also forgot their 4th friend, Bree Bree. They were going to leave the party without her. Supposedly, that's what she wants us to believe. Didn't call her, there's no text messages, we're leaving, none of that. So there's really no evidence that they intended to leave the party when Monifah said they intended to leave the party. So there's just a lot of things that aren't adding up. She didn't call Kenneka's mom to tell her that Kenneka was missing. When Bree Bree arrived back to the hotel room and found out what was going on, she's the one that called the mom. And Kenneka's mom said that she could hear Monifah in the background saying, "Fuck that, I'm ready to go." Okay, so there's also accounts online when Kenneka was missing before she was found in the freezer where people were saying if you were her best friend, you would be up here looking for her. Where are you? And she was saying like, "Oh, I don't have a ride. I'm waiting for somebody to get off work." So her search efforts were just kind of pitiful. If you've ever lost somebody, like if you lose a child in a grocery store, you like go down the front, you look through every aisle. If you don't see them, you go around the back. Again, you look down every aisle. And once you've searched the whole perimeters and you don't see them, you panic and you start screaming, like whatever their name is. You'll be, "Brandon, Brandon, Brandon." You know what I'm saying? The same thing for a child. Like if you ever lost your parents in the grocery store, you will eventually start screaming and hollering. So the way Monifah just kind of crept through that hotel, all silent like a mouse, and then was in the background screaming, "I'm ready to go," something just didn't that doesn't sit right with people. She's the one that's always threatened suicide. Oh gosh, she's threatened suicide since day one. Then she told this to the police. She was telling people online, "I'm okay, I'm not gonna hurt myself." Meanwhile, we see her laughing, joking, trying to be sexy, dancing, drinking, partying away. So, it's kind of hard to catch what's going on here. She, in her social media posts and videos, she asks for purple hearts. Then she flips out if you want to actually talk about Kenneka in this case. So her words and her actions just aren't matching right now. She's described the J4K community as irritating motherfuckers. That's on like almost all of her posts. Out of town motherfuckers and irritating motherfuckers. And that in itself is suspicious because you have to put yourself in her shoes. If your best friend died and you really believe the hotel did it, wouldn't you be trying to reach out to this community and tell them what happened? Wouldn't you be thankful for them for keeping this case relevant and popping on Google? Like, wouldn't you like why would you be so against the people that are looking for justice for Kenneka? If you say that you're so innocent and you suspect the hotel did it. If the hotel did it and it wasn't you or anybody in that room, why aren't you still at the hotel? Like, why did you let up? Okay. So, okay, so this is what this is about, the trolling. So people have been sending her death threats since day one. People have said all kinds of horrible, horrible, horrible things. I don't think anything's worse than a death threat, though. I don't think calling people ugly and all that is, that's BS. But people have been sending her death threats and wishing all kinds of things. So, and then, there's the other side, which is like, stop, 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 you're so wrong, and she's innocent, etc., etc. And it's like, if she's innocent and she's not the troll, right? If she wants these purple hearts and she's not the troll, why isn't she telling us whose lip gloss that was in the freezer? There was 2 lip glosses found. Why won't she explain that? Why won't she say, yeah, those are my friends, or no, one was mine, or like anything? Why won't she say like what she was doing down there when she got off that elevator? And if she had shoes in her hand, whose shoes were those? What door was that? Where was she looking? Why won't she walk us through this? Why won't she walk us through Irene's live video and explain what was going on? Okay. She's innocent, though. So if you're innocent, there's nothing to hide. Right? All right. So the other thing is, if it's the hotel, why won't she give you some more information about the hotel? Like, why won't she talk about the times a security guard came to the room and like anything? Like, nothing. And again, she says she doesn't owe you anything. She talked to the mom, she talked to the police, and she says she's black. If they felt she was guilty, she'd be in jail. So that's her story. She's sticking to it. She says you're an irritating motherfucker. All right. So should we troll? Of course, by now you know what I'm going to say. Yes, you should troll that bitch. But like, what is trolling? Like trolling, I feel, is not sending people death threats. Like, first of all, that's against the law. Like, seriously. This world is so twisted. This world is, I'm trying to find, where is the camera? Because I want to see you trolls. This world is so twisted that, like, if you send her death threats, they will come arrest you and put you in jail before they arrest anybody connected to murdering Kenneka. Like, facts. Like, that's how fucked up this shit is. So the death threats, that's and not only that though, about the jail and it's against the law, but like, to send somebody a death threat, like, you have to sink to such a low vibration. Like, to write something like that or to say something like that, you're pulling negative energy through you. Do you know what I'm saying? And once you've pulled the negative energy in you through you, like how, there's no saying that negative energy is gonna go away. Like, where does it stop? So you don't want to become a twisted, demonic type person through this experience. Because you're watching videos of somebody being murdered. You're watching these ghosts. You're looking at photos of a dead body. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, make sure that you stay prayed up and that you keep your spirit right, because you can easily sink into a very, very, very dark place that will be very difficult for you to get out of. Okay. So yeah, so to me, death threats is not trolling. Like, that's two separate things. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop sending her death threats. Of course, that's. And you know what? Another thing, if something happened to her tomorrow, like if you found out somebody shot her or something, you would feel so bad. Like, you would feel so bad as a person. Like, you would feel partly guilty for creating the energy that led to that event. It's very similar to Pizzagate. So all them people jumped on YouTube and said this pizza parlor, look it up, said this pizza parlor had kids trapped in the basement and they was like doing some sick shit to them. So this man got in his car with his gun, as he was like, nobody's doing anything about this. I'm going to go deal with this shit myself. He went over there, and bless his heart, because yeah, if you really believe that, yeah, you should get in your car and go take care of that shit. But it wasn't true. And now he's in prison. Do you understand? So you definitely don't want to create a situation where she gets hurt and then you find out that the shit wasn't even true, that she didn't even do it. Because even though like all of this stuff is not making sense to us, that doesn't mean she's guilty of murder. Do you know what I'm saying? And another thing, you have to think outside of the box, okay? There may have been multiple crimes committed that night. She may have been fighting, and she was drugged, and she was kidnapped, and she felt like there could have been so many different things that led up to the incident in the freezer. So we don't know if her acting out is because she's guilty of giving her that pill. That could be what she's so guilty of and what she wants to kill herself over. Not because she had anything to do with her going missing and being found dead in the freezer, but maybe she's guilty because she knows exactly where that fucking pill came from. You know what I'm saying? So you don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm pretty much done with the trolling. I do want to say one more thing that I just thought about as I was talking, because like I think and talk at the same time. So we have to like remember that there were about 30 people at the party. There was a lot of people, guests in the hotel, and there was all those employees, right? So you got to think. Some of those people probably have created YouTube accounts to try to tell us what's going on. So, and some probably have created them to spread misinformation. Do you know what I'm saying? But you need to be vigilant and be watchful and subscribe to them all, because you don't know who has the information. And even if sometimes things are a lie, sometimes the truth is buried in there, you know? So, okay, before I get off, I do want to say Monifah's social media stuff, okay? So, again, she calls everybody MFs. The shit's blowing me. This is her language. This is bitch, that if you watching, this is why people don't fuck with you, okay? Shit's blowing me. We got everybody in that hotel room was laughing. Didn't nobody bother to get the fuck up, okay? But you're the only one that knows what just happened. So if they were laughing, it's because whatever you said made them laugh, right? And I'm going to go to another message where I'm going to confirm that was true. Shallow says, "'Cause bitch, y'all was making it as a joke, you stupid bitch. Moral of the story, bitch, you and Maya was the last motherfucker seen with her." And then Monifah replies, who was making this as a joke? Okay, so, but Monifah says herself that everybody in the room was laughing. If they were laughing in the moment, think about it. If they were laughing, something you said made them think it was a fucking joke. Put yourself in these kids' shoes. You're sitting around the room, somebody starts laughing, like whatever they thought whatever you said was a joke. It was your job to communicate that you wasn't fucking around, like this shit was serious. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. I actually believe that you went back in that room after Kenneka went missing, and I believe that you were trying to convince everybody in that room that Kenneka was missing and about your story. And I think they were laughing because the shit just didn't make no fucking sense. That's what Irene keeps saying. That's why she went to Zach TV right away, because the shit didn't make no sense to her. How did this just happen? The only people you really convinced was Peas and the other guy. I think you walked around that hotel acting to play it off because you were trying to convince them that of your innocence, that you really just lost and was clueless and didn't know what was going on, you know? So these messages, everybody on here pointing fingers, just pray she okay and make it home. All right, you can look at this any way you want to look at it. Everybody on here talking, just pointing fingers, just pray she okay and make it home. You could look at this as, you know, because this is all slang, you could look at it as everybody on here pointing fingers, she ain't even coming home. Did you know when she was missing that she wasn't coming home? I think you did. I think that's why you didn't go back to that hotel. I think you didn't want to be there when they found her in the freezer. I think you didn't want to be there with her mom and her sister when they found her in that freezer. All right. Everybody blaming me. I'm so sorry. Kenneka, Mama T, I'm sorry. I didn't have her the way I was supposed to. And then again, it's just motherfuckers this, motherfuckers that. So irritating, so irritating. And of all the emotions in the world, that's how you feel about your friend being killed? You're irritated with the situation? You're irritated with the investigation? Like, you're irritated? Okay. So she's, and I'm going to drop the links to these so that you can read these yourself, because I'm not going to read them all because, you know, I have a memory issue with my phone. It's probably going to cut off. So, so when she says that everybody was off they square, motherfuckers just blaming motherfuckers, that's so irritating. We trying, bro. We knew something like this was going to happen, man. You knew something like this was going to happen, man. What the fuck is you talking about? Everybody was off they square. Motherfuckers just blaming motherfuckers. That's so irritating. We trying, bro. Who knew something like... Oh, she said, who knew something like this was going to happen, man? Okay. All right. So she said, okay. But the response to this was, I agree. The story my stepmom just told me they told her don't sound right. So everybody that was with her needs to think hard and long about last night, because this shit ain't adding up and it's pissing me off. So this sounds like the daughter of Teresa's boyfriend saying like, whatever the fuck you just told my stepmom, that shit don't sound right. You need to figure this out. So the same girl says, okay, you're still arguing. That's not going to find my sister. Nobody should have left her by herself. Nobody should have left the hotel without her. And everybody that was with her should have been watching each other's back. You don't go to a party or a club and get drunk and you don't know what's going on. Her friend Shiloh says, I'm at the hotel as we speak. Meanwhile, her so-called BFF Monifah is standing on the block. All right. So let me know your thoughts about this trolling of Monifah. I have some other things I want to talk about today, so I'll do some more videos, and bye.